Hello everyone. Welcome back to FZ Architecture, where we explore some of the most meaningful architectural works in history through the eyes of a practicing architect. Today, we dive into a remarkable house designed by one of the most influential figures in modern architecture, Frank Lloyd Wright. We'll be exploring the James B. Christie House, completed in 1940 in Bernardsville, New Jersey. A house that beautifully expresses Wright's Usonian ideals and his philosophy of organic architecture. This is a house that responds to both its natural setting and the needs of its inhabitants with clarity, simplicity, and elegance. Let's begin. Frank Lloyd Wright designed the Christie House for his first New Jersey client, James B. Christie, and it was completed in 1940. Located on a wooded 7-acre site in Bernardsville, Somerset County, the house is celebrated as one of Wright's earliest and largest residential commissions in the state and a refined example of his Usonian philosophy. Wright asked Christie to choose a site with distinctive natural features, plenty of trees and privacy, a way for the architecture to emerge in harmony with the landscape rather than dominate it. Notice how the house hugs the ground, nestled among trees, reflecting Wright's idea of architecture as a grace to the landscape, not a disgrace. Christie House is designed as a Usonian residence, a term Wright used for his vision of a distinctly American architecture, modest, democratic, and deeply connected to everyday life. At about 2,000 square feet, one story, and with a clear horizontal expression, the house uses materials like brick, cypress wood, redwood, and glass to unite interior and exterior spaces. The choice of materials emphasizes warmth and texture, natural elements that bring calmness and tactility to everyday living. The James B. Christie House is organized on an L-shaped plan, typical of Usonian houses, dividing the public and private zones efficiently. The living room and dining area form the long arm of the L, facing the most scenic views, while the bedroom wing extends perpendicular, giving privacy from the public spaces. At the hinge of the L, the kitchen acts as the pivot, subtly separating social spaces from the private bedrooms. This L-shaped geometry not only defines spatial clarity, but also creates a series of outdoor terraces and interstitial garden spaces that extend the living areas into nature. Inside, the living area is expansive, with clerestory windows and full-height glazing that fill the space with natural light and frame the wooded surroundings. A central brick fireplace organizes the living and dining spaces, a signature device in Wright's residential work. Wright also designed built-in furniture, seating, tables, and cabinetry, reinforcing his belief that architecture and interior design should be unified. Every detail, from built-in seating to the rhythm of windows, emphasizes a seamless experience where structure and life intertwine. The original design included 3 bedrooms and bathrooms along the private wing. In 2003, a master suite addition, originally conceived by Wright but not built, was completed by specialists from Tarantino Architect to respect the original design language. This addition demonstrates how contemporary preservation can honor an architect's intent while adapting to modern living needs. Once again, seeing the house from the exterior, we can immediately read the strong L-shaped configuration, typical of Wright's Usonian houses, unfolding gently across the site. The house doesn't dominate the land. It settles into it, as if it naturally belongs within this dense woodland. Notice the use of horizontal wood siding, which visually stretches the house across the landscape. Combined with the deep overhanging eaves and flat roof lines, Wright reinforces a strong horizontal emphasis that anchors the building to the earth, a key principle in his organic architecture. What's most powerful here is how Wright creates a balance between shelter and openness, privacy and transparency, structure and landscape. This house is not just sitting on the site, it's part of it. And that's the essence of what makes this project so enduring and relevant today. The linear composition is striking: a low brick base, continuous ribbon windows, and an extended roof line that visually anchors the home into the earth. This isn't just a horizontal gesture, it's a spatial strategy to create continuity between the built and the natural. On the left side, we see the main entrance volume slightly projecting out, marked by vertical wood cladding and deep roof overhangs supported by exposed beams. This layering of planes gives the facade depth, rhythm, and a strong sense of human scale. Behind that, the long glass strip, framed in wood, opens the interior spaces directly toward the wooded views, turning the forest into a living backdrop. Wright masterfully balances openness and shelter here, using architecture to mediate between interior life and the external world. As we move inside the James B. Christie house, the principles we've seen on the exterior become even more evident. Warm wood finishes, custom built-in furniture, and an open, flowing spatial layout all work together to create a home that feels at once intimate and expansive. The interiors are not about ornament, they are about atmosphere. Spaces are shaped by light, by texture, by proportion. Glazing frames views like paintings, while the low ceilings and strong horizontality enhance the sense of shelter and serenity. Frank Lloyd Wright didn't just design a house here. He created a total environment, a place where architecture, nature, and daily life are completely intertwined. The James B. Christie house reminds us that good architecture doesn't shout. It whispers, it embraces, and it endures through time with quiet dignity. Thanks for watching FZ Architecture. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Wright's work, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know which project you'd like us to explore next. See you in the next video, where we continue to build knowledge, one project at a time.